welcome to another episode of the Dear to Me Knits podcast. My name is Dearyg. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as Dear to Me Knits. And this is a knitting podcast, in case you couldn't guess from the name. My brain is totally fried. If you are a new viewer, welcome. Thank you so much for joining my little crazy corner of the internet. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you. I don't know if this is your thing, but I really hope that it makes somebody out there happy. I topped 100 subscribers this past week, so I'm super excited about that. It turns out Vlogmas is really good for gaining subscribers, I guess, so I'm happy about that. Yeah, I've been doing Vlogmas. It's been a lot of fun, but I am finding out very quickly that I am even more boring than I thought. Every day I'm like, I washed dishes and did laundry yesterday, so what can I do today? Like, that's all I do is clean the house and take care of the babies and take care of the babies and clean the house. So there you go. I'm super interesting, everyone. I don't know if you knew that about me. But I did get a lot of knitting done, so there's that. I shared a little bit on the vlog about a new cast on and a finished-ish object, a couple finished-ish objects that I'm pretty excited about, so I guess I should get into it. Oh, actually, before I do that, at the top of the episode, I want to remind everyone that the Make 9 along that we have going on, the knit along that we are doing together, is coming to a close on December 31st at midnight Eastern time. So you still have time to check out a couple hats or something. Take a look at your Make 9 and your queue from the past year and see if there's anything that you've just been meaning to make and haven't gotten around to it yet. Go ahead and enter in our entry thread in our Ravelry group, and then post your finished object photos and be entered to win some pretty sweet prizes, I have to say. I have a couple of project bags on the way from the south of home. I have somewhere. I have this gorgeous skein of Stellina base fingering weight yarn from Shipwreck Sheep. This is her Jazz Sock base, 75 merino, 20 nylon, 5% lurex, not Stellina. And it is the Dirty Beach colorway. Super duper cute. I love it. And so that will be paired with a project bag for one group. And I gotta find a place to stick this. Then another group will get another skein of yarn and a project bag as well. So I'm very excited about that. I'm just super excited to get to the end and see what everybody has done, and hopefully we can all feel a little bit accomplished and get rewarded for it too. Yay! So that is out of the way. And on to finished objects. I think I have one truly finished object and a couple of finished-ish objects. The first of them being oh my goodness! Look at it! Look at it! Yes! Oh baby! I did it! I knit this thing. I really didn't think I could. I really thought that is a disaster waiting to happen. I'm gonna totally, it's gonna look so bad. Guy, it does not look bad. It looks like a sweater that a man can wear. I did it. So I'm waiting on the buttons to come in the mail. It's been almost 3 weeks. I might be freaking out a little bit. Now, these buttons were like gorgeous leather and sterling silver luxury buttons. And I don't really want to be like, screw it, I'll just go to Joann, because I have a lot of money in those buttons. But I might just go and buy some substitute buttons and replace them with the good ones as soon as they come in, if they come in, because I'm having a little bit of a heart attack about that right now. So, that's Dad's Stramoy cardigan, knit in Knit Picks Wool of the Andes Superwash Bulky. In the colors Coal, which is the black, and Dove Heather, which is the light gray. And look how much I have left. Like, it's a lot. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4 of the Dove Heather, and 1, 2, 3 of the black. That's crazy. So, I was talking with, dang it, there's a snag and it keeps poking out, it's driving me nuts. Talking with Mariah and a few of my other friends on my live chat on Zoom last night, which everybody should totally join that because it's so much fun. And I think I decided that the new Knittorious RBG sweater that was just released by Park Knit is looking really good. It calls for worsted weight yarn, but I really think that that is on the lighter side of bulky personally. So I think I might supplement a few more skeins of that and knit myself a little Ruth Bader Ginsburg sweater. I have been in love with it from the minute I saw it, so I really, really, really want it. And that would be a little more cost effective than buying a whole worsted sweater weight quantity. Worsted sweater weight quantity. Worsted weight sweater quantity. English words. That's what you guys come here for, right? This is like just an ongoing blooper reel, really. Okay, the second finished-ish object is this little lady right here. Look at the bubbles. I love it. Yeah, there you go. Shazam. Cute as heck. So, I can put it on. No, I can't. I got my hair up. I'm not touching my hair. This is the Bobby hat by Truly Myrtle. And I knit it out of some yarn that I've had in my stash for a super long time. It's Lion Brand Scarfy in the mint silver colorway. So it kind of gradiates back and forth between mint and like a pretty gray. I followed the pattern exactly, and I knit this small size. If I were to do it again, well, if I were making it for myself, it'd be perfect like this because I like my hats a little slouchy, but my sister likes a more fitted hat, and this is for my sister for Christmas because mint is her favorite color, and so is gray. And actually, it matches the socks I knit for her quite well, I think. If you remember the fingering weight rye socks that I made her quite a while ago, and she already has them. She didn't want to wait for Christmas. Anyway, the length like this is good if you want a slouchy hat, but the picture that she had, it looked fitted on her, so I was like, okay, well, I'll just follow the pattern then, and it's a little long. So if I wanted to, I would go back and take out one of these bobble rows and start the decreases a little sooner. But what I'm gonna do is just fold up the brim. It looks fine. She's gonna like it, but I'm just kind of, I like the balance between the mint and gray leaving the brim down, because there's just if you fold it up, there's just this tiny blip of gray before it's mint, and it just doesn't look as balanced to me, but it'll be fine. She's not gonna be like, oh, I don't like that, there's not enough gray. You know, it'll be fine. So I just need to weave in the ends on this. I finished this morning. And so actually it's kind of funny because I'm showing this on the podcast before I'm posting my vlog. So it's anybody's guess whether you'll see it in progress or finished first. Yay! But yeah, so that was a lot of fun, super quick knit. It's a bulky weight yarn, so I definitely have enough left for another one, and I very well may go ahead and whip one of those up for myself because I really like it. It was a very satisfying pattern. And my last finished object I showed on last podcast in progress is my Papa's Harlow hat, which is done and so pretty. So I will be getting this in the mail to him very soon for Christmas, and it's beautiful. I love it. So the white is just some mystery like Chinese acrylic yarn that I had, and the red is Just a Flesh Wound, her original iteration of Just a Flesh Wound by Beauty Mark Yarn, and I have a lot of it left too, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with that, but oh, actually I do know. Oh my gosh, don't listen to me. Don't listen to me talk because my brain does not know what's going on. So those are finished and finished-ish objects. I have a couple of works in progress. I have 2 socks. The first one being that thing I said I didn't know what I was gonna do with. Oh my goodness, what is this mess? Hang on, I'm all tangled around my bag handle here. Okay, so this is the rest of that cake of Just a Flesh Wound that I got from Beauty Mark Yarn. And what am I going to do with it? I'm going to make a pair of socks. I am designing these socks. This is sort of a swatch, so it's not exactly like how I want them to end up. But you can see here, let's see if I can scoot closer. I'm like sitting way far back away from the camera today. There is kind of a diamond pattern here. So this is done with 1x1 cables, and when I write up the pattern, I'm going to include instructions for how to do the cables without a cable needle and without doing anything. It's just working the stitches on the needle like normal, like swapping them, and it's super cool. It's easy and fun. So it goes out into a diamond pattern, and then when it crosses over, I put an extra knit row between those, and I don't like how disconnected it looks, so I'm gonna do it like this one here. I don't know if it'll focus. Yeah, so there's two cables in a row right here. And it's supposed to look like chain link fence. So so the whole pattern is going to be like chain link fence, and I am calling these the next door neighbor socks. Super cute. Love them so much. And I normally knit my socks toe up 2 at a time. That is my jam. But I want these to have a heel flap and gusset, and I hate doing a toe up heel flap and gusset because I never know when to start the gusset, and so screw that, I'm not doing that. And these also have a cable like on the side there, which forces you to kind of swap a stitch back and forth between 2 needles. So I am doing them 1 at a time to account for that, because if it were 2, then you wouldn't be able to get these 2, you know, this one would be held on a cable like trapped, so you wouldn't be able to swap them back and forth. So I am doing these 1 at a time. which is kind of nice because it works up really fast. It's very satisfying, and especially since this is kind of like my experiment sock, then I can make sure that the second sock is, you know, like perfect, and then have them tested and figure out how in the heck to get a hold of a tech editor and what all that entails and everything. I've always wanted to design, but I've never felt qualified to design. But I've had this idea floating around in my head for quite a while. And one day I just got a wild hair, and I was like, okay, well, I'm sure this pattern's been done before. It's not complicated, right? So I got on Ravelry, and I looked at every sock pattern on Ravelry, and I found a couple that were really close but not quite the same. And I was like, okay, why not? Why not try my hand at designing and see where it goes? I have a couple of sweater ideas that I'm really excited about, so those might come to fruition over the course of next year, possibly. I really like knitting from other people's patterns, but I also have a tendency to like want to change them, not in like a improved type way, but just like, oh, okay, well, this would be a really good base for this idea that I have, and this is how I could change it, and that kind of thing. So like learning how to knit a drop shoulder sweater just completely blew my mind. And so I knit 3 drop shoulder sweaters last year, or, you know, like the 2 t-shirts I knit were drop shoulders without the sleeves on them, basically. And so I learned a lot about the construction needed, and I just have all these ideas bubbling, and I really want to get them out and see how that goes. So yeah, that might be something in the new year that I try out a little bit. And I think socks would be a good foray into that area of the knitting world. So my second whip is also a sock. This is just a toe up, 2 at a time, vanilla sock to keep in the car for all of my sitting around and waiting needs. That's what these babies are. They are my car socks. So these are also for me because I'm being super selfish. I'm knitting everything in the world for other people, and I'm like, screw that. I want some socks for me. So actually, I'm not gonna lie. These started off as socks for Lydia, and I accidentally increased too many times, and I decided I didn't feel like ripping back, so now they're mine. But I have another ball. I purposefully bought 2 balls because I knew like she would want socks out of this yarn. So after I finish these, I'm probably gonna turn right around and make another pair with 4 fewer stitches for the girl. So this is uh-oh. Okay, well, good thing I have another ball of it because I lost the ball band for the one in there. So this is Patton's Croy Socks FX in the Clover Colors colorway. Super pretty. And yeah, they're just good old-fashioned toe-up vanilla socks that do not match, and I do not care. I'm knitting them from both ends of the ball, and ideally I will just knit until I run out of yarn. Realistically, after I turn the heel, I'll probably just end them when I get sick of knitting on them. I really should have more self-control than that, but there's that. I wish that I had more tall socks, but I get tired, and I have a lot of like like halfway between full-length socks and ankle socks. That's I don't necessarily prefer that length, but that's the length that I get bored at, and I'm like, these are done. So my last whip, take a guess. It's Mom's blanket. So I know everybody, oh, I'm mid-row because that's professional. I know everybody wants to see the nipple tassel of progress. So, there she is. Woo! Look at that. I got a lot done, right? Yeah. I put my first ecru stripe in there, and I was so scared that there wasn't going to be like hardly any contrast. Look at that. That's nice looking. I really like it. I'm trying to like, that light is just like, ugh. Hang on a second. There, maybe that's better. Oh yeah, not really. Okay, a little better. There's a weird shadow now. But yeah, so there's definitely some contrast, and I really like it. So I did 4 rows of the ecru, or well, 8 rows, but 4 garter ridges of it. And now I'm doing 2 garter ridges of white, and then I'm going to do either 6 or 8. I haven't decided. I'll just kind of look at it and see how I like it in proportion to this one once I get 6 rows on it. And then do 2 more garter ridges of white, and then another 4 stripe, and then finish it off with white. It's gonna be amazing, and I'm so close to being done. Oh, I can't even tell you how relieving it is. And what is today, the 11th? 10th? Or it's the 11th. It's the 11th of December. And so, yeah, I've got quite a while to get it done. Dad's sweater is pretty much done. I have some ends to weave in on things, and one thing to block. And then Christmas is finished. Nope, that's not true. I need to finish my mother-in-law's. Where are they? Oof. My mother-in-law's fingerless mitts, but literally that's what's left. The thumb on this, which is like, it might be done. I think I got to this point, and I need to get the other one out and make sure that they're the same size. So potentially all I have to do is bind this off, weave in ends, and block it. And then I'm El Dunno with El Christmaso. Hallelujah. That was all probably so offensive. I'm so sorry. My brain, I'm telling you. Stuff comes out, and then I'm like, do you even think before you speak? No, you don't. You sure as heck do not. So, yeah, let me see if I can lift this up. And so, okay, it's at my head and just, let's see. If I hold it at my shoulders here, it goes down to my ankle. So, that's gonna be real nice. It's gonna be good. And it's heavy, which is what Mom wanted. Oh boy, it's heavy. It's killing my wrists. Like all the maneuvering and stuff, and it's really hurting. So I'm looking forward to being finished with that. And that's part of the reason that because I was gonna wait till I finished Mom's blanket to knit my sister's hat, but yesterday I wasn't feeling well mentally, and I was like, okay, well, first of all, a new cast on would totally cheer me up, and second of all, my hands and wrists hurt so much that I'm gonna end up not being able to finish it on time if I don't take a break, because it's just gonna be so agonizing that it's gonna be slow, and I potentially might even just have to like stop for several days. So I took a break yesterday, and I mean, I still hurt, I'm still sore, but it was definitely a needed respite, and I'm glad that I decided to do that. So I will get back to work on this evening. So yeah, and that's just a good old garter stitch blanket. Oh, these mitts, I mean, I didn't really show any work on them or anything, but I did show them to you, so I will go ahead and tell you what they are. These are the Dearyg. Oh my gosh. Okay, so they're by my friend Atlas. And, oh my gosh, it's a Shel Silverstein reference. I'm shooting with my phone, so I can't look it up. This is terrible. I'll put it on the screen. I can do that. That's a thing that I do sometimes. So I will put it on the screen what the name of these mitts is. I've shown them before. This yarn is from Salt River Mills in their Simply Surrey, on their Simply Surrey base in the colorway Blue Spruce. I've got some more of it hopping and bopping around here. Yeah, here we go. Salt River Mills, Simply Surrey, Blue Spruce. I got it right. I remembered that anyway. I just totally blowing my mind. How many, how much? They are the How Many, How Much mitts by the lovely Atlas. And I forget what their name is on Ravelry, but they change it all the time on Instagram, which is kind of fun. But yes, look how pretty. And I'm going to knit myself a pair, but I need it in fingering weight because I have little tiny wrists. So it's just a little bit, there's a little bit more ease there than I want. So I'm gonna make myself a pair in fingering weight. But they are so beautiful, look at that. My mother-in-law loves them, and I should have had them done and given to her a long time ago. But there you go. There's that. So, have a little bit of stash enhancement. You know me. I like to buy yarn. That is a thing that I do. The first thing that I got is my last yarn, like mystery skein from the year from Sweet Skein of Mine. So let me make sure I've got everything here. Yes. She sent a couple candies and bags of tea, which I thought were super cute. And then this is the yarn. This is And To All a Good Night. It's this really pretty lavender base with some nice plum spots and some navy spots and some gold spots. I really, really like it. And I think, let me see if I can pick them out of the stash real quick. Let's see. I think it pairs really nicely with this one. They have a lot of the same, yeah, especially right there. They're kind of sisters, right? I think they're pretty together. And then I also have, I have this skein that I think, no, that one goes with that one really well, but it doesn't really. This one's a little too blue. This one's more warm. I don't know, I guess they're not terrible together. But this, with this, when you get a skein that's like almost half of one color, that's gonna micro stripe. So this is for socks. Anytime I get a skein that's like half a color like that, that's gonna micro stripe really well. So I like to use it for socks. And also, you could use it for anything, but with this, since it micro stripes in socks, you can almost guarantee it's gonna pool in whatever you make with it. So I don't like pooling, so there you go. So poke that back in there, in that little hidey hole. But yeah, as soon as I saw this one, I thought of this one that I showed you. So, pretty cute. And To All a Good Night. That's her December colorway for this year. So, yay. So I got that. And then, ooh, let's see. I got, from Rose Hill Yarns. She posted this and I immediately scrambled over there to buy it because I didn't want it to be sold out. Look at this. Oh, this has to be one of my favorite colors of all time. I love this like rusty and like on this side even this golden yellow color, like saffron yellow. Oh, so good. So this is, and this navy blue here and some white places in yellow. This is her Scamander colorway, as in Newt Scamander from Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. This is on her fingering weight base. It's just $75.25. I love it. No idea what it's gonna be, but I love the colors and I love the reference. Obviously, Harry Potter universe. So yes, I had to have it. So I'm happy that it lives with me now. So I'm gonna put that up, and actually I'm gonna put this up too, because we all know how much of a slob I am. They'll be on the floor next time I podcast if I don't put them up. Don't look too carefully at my behind. It just kills me. Like, I keep cleaning this hole out and it keeps filling back up. How does this happen? Okay. All right. And, okay, so I got a whole bunch of... Oh, wait. Yes, okay, sorry. Little erratic thought process just happened. Sorry about that. So I bought a whole bunch of sock blanks. These are double knit sock blanks. I got them from Savvy Skeins. She has a website, but she had a post on Instagram about having a whole bunch of these to destash. So I bought 5. And after Christmas, I think I'm going to dye these with the kids to make some fun socks for them. And yeah, should be fun. I'm just going to use Wilton's gel food dye to do it because I don't want to be doing acid dyeing in my kitchen with my kids and stuff like that, so I'm just gonna keep it all food safe and kids safe and all that stuff. But I thought that sounded like a lot of fun. And you know, they can each design their yarn however they want, and then I'll knit it into socks for them. So that should be super fun and cute and messy and probably way more stress inducing than I'm expecting, but you gotta do that stuff with your kids. Like, it sounds like a train wreck before you even get started, but then you do it and it's done and you're like, would I do that ever again? No, but we did it and now we have something to show for it, and I'm a good mom, so hey. Now, I showed what I'm about to show you next on the vlog, but I could not remember where they were from when I showed them, so I didn't share the maker. I'm missing one because it was on my sister's hat, and so now it's on my bedside table because I throw things everywhere. But these are a bunch of stitch markers that my sweet, sweet friend Morgan sent to me. So, okay, hang on, they're tangled up here. So the first one is a little lightning bolt, like Harry Potter's scar. Then we have a little, let's see, is it the same? Yeah, a little owl. And then we have a little broomstick. So cute. And an owl, a big owl progress keeper. And a stag stitch marker. Very, very lovely. And there is also a little tiny witch's hat or like sorting hat that I have upstairs. And I did show it on day 2 of my vlog, I think. Day 2 or 3. I think day 2. But I have the business card from that now, so I will show that to you after I dig it out of this bag. And that is Wayward Goat Crafts. And actually, she is out of the town that my husband and I first lived in, where all my kids except for the baby was born, Greenwood, Indiana. And I miss Greenwood. This is my home. But yes, very, very sweet, very well made stitch markers. Definitely hit her up. I will have all the links below. Looks like she deals mostly on Etsy, so that's pretty cool. And the last thing that I have to show you is a sweater quantity that I purchased. If you watch the Stranded podcast, you know that Amy happened to see a sweater on Instagram that she likes so much that she is now knitting the exact same sweater in the exact same colorway as the person who she saw on Instagram. Well, I saw Amy knitting that after she saw Yarn House on Instagram knitting that, and now I'm gonna knit that. Now, I'm obviously not casting on anytime in the super near future, but I bought the yarn, the exact same yarn in the exact same colorway. Ta-da! Oh, baby. So, this is Noro on their Kiso. Come on. Kiso base in the Santana colorway. This yarn is so cool. This is like, I hate single ply yarn, but I really, really love the look of like hand spun, super crazy out there yarn. And Noro, that's Noro. So there's like just little slubs of all these colors, like barber pole, and you know, it's like thick and thin. Look at that big chunk of pink right there. Oh, baby. There's purple and orange and green and blue and aqua and yellow. Just all the colors, all crazy in there. Oh, yes. I love it. So, I'm going to be knitting a Ronin cardigan by Andrea Mowry out of that. And it is, it's like an open cardigan, almost like this, actually. But it has this really cool collar, like shawl collar looking, that goes down and curves into like pockets on the corner down here. So it would go down and then curve over, and it makes little pockets. It's so cool. But yeah, it's kind of this shape. It curves in a little bit more, so it's a little more bat wingy, but it has that kind of like roomy sleeve with just a little cuff on the end. Oh, it's so pretty. And that yarn really looks good. It really, really does. And so I'm knitting that sometime soon. So my plans on Christmas Eve, I'm casting on my, on Christmas Eve, I'm going to cast on a Weekender sweater, also by Andrea Mowry, in Sweet Skein O' Mine, on her worsted weight base. It's 100% superwash merino, in the Vintage Love Letter colorway. Okay, and I am doing a knit along. No, I'm not running knit along, I'm joining a knit along. Run by, oh gosh, Chroma, that could be totally wrong. I'll put it on the screen. And on Instagram. And it's 18 weeks of Weekender. So you have goals every week that you meet, and you get points for like posting that you met your goal on Instagram, and like bonus points if it's witty or funny or like well photographed or whatever. And at the end they choose winners from points or whatever. I'm not really worried about the points. I just like the idea of having those goals to meet. And also, since it's over the course of 18 weeks, then I can potentially balance 2 sweater projects or something, maybe finish my socks or whatever. But I can knit more than one thing instead of like binging something, because right now, after binging Dad's sweater and binging Mom's blankets, I really just want to feel like I'm dabbling but still feel in control of the whip situation, because I don't do well with just like massive amounts of whips. Like, something's not gonna get finished and I'm not cool with that. Leads to feelings of failure. But anyway, so I'm super excited about that. That's gonna be my Christmas Eve cast on. And then after I meet that goal, after I finish the first goal for that sweater on the knit along or whatever, then I'm going to cast on my Birkin sweater by Caitlin Hunter of Boyland Knitworks. And I'm going to use my my Rama Phenol Garn that I got from my lovely fiber share partner, or maybe it was Wool Swap. My Wool Swap partner, Ellen, who is from Sweden. So she got me a whole bunch of Rama Phenol Garn. And I bought some Wisconsin Woolen Spun from Barrett Wool Co. in the colorway Oats to supplement it. So this will be the body, and then obviously all my different colors of Rama up in the, well, you can't really see the very top of the corner. There's 4 more colors. There's navy blue, aqua, kind of a mauve, and then this really pretty golden yellow. And I'll be knitting a Birkin sweater out of those. So, those are my immediate plans starting on Christmas Eve. If I finish anything before then, I'll probably just work on my socks until Christmas Eve, because I don't want to start anything with 2 sweater projects, you know, coming up. So yeah, that's what I've got going on, and yay. I will see you very, very soon, because it's Vlogmas. So, yeah, I'll get both of these videos uploaded onto YouTube and see you very soon. Thank you so much for watching, and in case you didn't know, I'll see you very soon. Maybe I'll go nap with the baby. I clearly am delirious. Anyway, thank you so much. You guys are so dear to me, and I will